Hey everybody. Once again, we're playing some Court of Blades. We're a bit short-handed tonight. We have only 3 of our 5 team members available. So it'll be more of an interlude tonight where they're going to discover some stuff and they're going to possibly deal with one of the nagging things that's been out there that we haven't ever really got to address. Maybe 2 or 3. Who knows? And who may even face some violence as you would hope. So with that, let me bring everybody in. So here we are with a much truncated set of screens. You have below you Felix, who's playing Lorenzo. Want to say anything quick about Lorenzo?
He's fine.
He's and he has a monkey.
Yeah.
And then across from him, you have Pete and Christine, and sharing the same video and playing Pietro and Sasha. Sometimes they switch roles. It's hard to keep track, but no, not really. Okay, so let us move over to Roll20, where you guys see the map. And I saw that you guys were talking a little bit about one of the things that is ahead of you, which is to try and figure out and set up the ball that is your family's to run this particular end of season. This will be your 3rd major ball. Is that correct? You had the one on the ship. You had the one. Yep. So this is be interesting. We ended last time with Mocklin sort of seeing through the eyes of what was probably our actor come assassin. And lo and behold, he was with Moon Lavelle, who has turned into a major baddie for your particular team. We left it at that, with several other little discoveries. Also, let's see. I think we had hoped at this time we would be doing a lot of planning for the party and doing some downtime and stuff like that. But instead, what I'd like to do is take us across town. Mocklin is out late. Sometimes he stays over when he's studying with his mentor. Monty is doing a nocturnal ramble, as he sometimes does. He gets a pulse of the city by playing at being a gondolier. Sometimes he runs a carriage. But whatever the case, the 2 are out, and the 3 of you are asleep. For those of you who don't know, they have a nice apartment. It's 1 floor, multiple floors up in an apartment block, right off of one of the main canals, not too far from their house's major house. There are rooms off the different corners and off the middles of each side where our players spend their evenings. And in the middle is a large open space that is a seating area plus a small kitchen and where they can produce slight, light things, or their servants can for them, as well as from the kitchens on the first floor. There's stuff brought up, and one main entrance that goes out into the hallway. That's off in one corner. So, Lorenzo, in your sleep, you hear a voice. It's almost internal, like in your head, and the voice says, "Lorenzo, get up. Lorenzo, don't you feel it?" And it's Isabella. Did we lose you, Felix?
No, I'm still here.
Got it.
So I was going to put this down to a bad dream because I'm not really feeling anything.
Okay. Does it wake you up?
I'm trying to ignore it.
Okay. So you roll over, and at that point, all of you hear the front door of the apartment crash open.
Oh.
Just crash open, and there's a thump into the into the main room, and you hear a couple of little clacky sounds, like maybe somebody taking two sticks and banging them together. It's a strange sound, but you're hearing all that as you're tumbling out of bed to get yourselves together, unless you're choosing to roll over and let it go by.
No, no. Well, I think as we've already established from a previous incident, I sleep, or Pietro sleeps with a pistol.
That is correct.
A loaded pistol. So he's going to grab hold of that and head to open the door of his room. Just
Okay.
look at what's happening outside. He's not going to head out, but he's going to open the door a crack just to look out.
I'm gonna pick up a rapier,
Okay.
and ask the monkey to do the same.
Okay. The monkey, is he keeping caged at night, or is he
No, just
up and about?
just sleeps in the top of the hat. So I'll just shake it and say, "Get your knives."
He's got a little pair of jammies, you know. He's
Okay, he does. He immediately grabs his knives and shrieks a little bit because he doesn't know what's going on in the middle of the night.
And Santa sleeps with a rifle underneath.
Snuggled up to such. Now, that's
yeah.
fine. I could easily see that you have it loaded and ready to go and sort of propped in the corner, or near the bed or above the headboard or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you rush to the door. I guess, do each of you peek out, or are you just rushing out? Is everybody sort of peeking out?
I'm peeking out.
Yeah, I'm peeking out.
I'm rushing out.
Well, actually, it's basically a rifle muzzle peeks out, just about to see the eye above it.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see here.
Oh.
I'm rushing out to make a surprise move because
I love it. So you rush out, and this is what you see.
Can't see anything there.
Roll 20.
Krakictus.
That was Rob named that. So, this thing is not standing up to its full height like that. It's sort of bent forward with its claws out front, and its antennae are moving in lazy circles as though it's searching for something. And the little beady eyes on their stalks focus across at Lorenzo as he bursts out of the room. We all sort of understand how this works with these clocks. You are basically filling a clock so that you can then make your action upon the creature.
That's for a duel, though, isn't it?
It's also for big monsters and things like that.
Yeah, but what if there's 3 against 1 or 4 against 1?
Then you all can push down on the clocks.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I will say that the misdirect will basically sort of work around our team, and at the end of all of us going, that will reset. Fatigue fills all the way up, taunt, anger, scare fills all the way up, and his beating down his overall defenses will also work. I know that you guys are all looking at that creature and thinking a little bit of garlic butter, squeeze of lemon. Should be a great day.
I was thinking that he's got massive forearms, so he can't really reach everywhere.
Not everywhere. He's going to be surprisingly light on his crustacean feet. And how I'll do this is I will first describe what he's attempting to do, and then Lorenzo, you're going to tell me what you try to do to avoid it, as well as try and push up one of the clocks. So, seeing you, he is going to rush across and grab you in both pincers. What do you do to avoid that?
I'm going to pull the bed sheet off my bed.
Okay.
Yeah, which is quite a large bed sheet. And I'm going to throw it in front of his eyes. And
okay.
so that he can't discern me from behind it, and it's also obscuring his view.
Very, very good. So what roll do you want to do that? And I'll say that this looks like you are building the distract, misdirect clock as
Yeah.
you are doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So what roll are you going to make to go after this and make this happen?
It's
Is this a
going to
maneuver?
be hunt, really, I suppose, because it's
Sort of like you're trying to trap him? Sure.
well, it's carefully track a target. So I'm tracking him and throwing it in his face. I suppose I'm keeping an eye on where he is.
Okay. It could be either that, could be, it could be skirmish. You could make an argument for maneuver, sort of. But I like hunt.
Well, we could
So
go
do it.
wreck. There's another option, wreck, I suppose.
So go for it. So do you want to, you guys are still all stressed up from your last efforts and not had any downtime, and I am fully aware of what is going on.
So
Does
can I
anyone wish to do something to help him at this point as a distraction / something else?
Yeah. So,
You just want to pistol shot him?
yeah. I'm gonna shoot him try and shoot him in the back of the head.
Yep, he's got his back to you. This will be
Yeah.
taking down his defense. But if you use it as a attack itself, where you will make the roll, then that is taking down the defense. If you are giving Felix an extra die to help him out, then it is more of a shooting for a distraction. It will not help in a clock, but will give him a die towards his clock and to
I'm
success.
Going to use it to help Lorenzo.
Okay, very good.
I'm also going to use my special armor.
Okay, which is?
Resist a complication for you or your coterie related to talking your way out of or running from trouble when you are present.
Okay, are you going to run from this trouble?
Well, he's attacking me with two big bloody claws, so I'm kind of avoiding those and chucking a blanket over it, a sheet over him.
Well, you haven't got to the complication yet, though.
Yeah, I don't think it quite fits there.
Okay, fine. So it's not okay. Fine.
So that's how many die do you have?
So I've got 3, I think. So is this risky?
Oh, this is desperate.
And I'm also going to be taking a shot at the thing, but I don't know if that's going to be helping Lorenzo or just doing it separately.
I think probably separately because it's not going to help his roll.
What's the effect?
Okay.
I'm sorry?
What's the effect?
It's going to be. He's tall. He's big. I see what you're doing. I'll give you standard just to be super kind on your first roll out of this thing.
And a bonus dice.
Where's your roll?
I got 5.
It didn't come onto the screen. Gosh.
Well, it's on my screen.
I got it.
Oh, did it roll? Did the dice roll on your screen?
I didn't
no,
get
I didn't see the dice roll.
Okay, I did see the thing pop up. Got it. So he rolled a 5, a 3, and 3. So 5 is his thing, which is a success with a complication. So the complication is, as he swings at you, trying to grapple at you, and he has got this over his head, and those are not really dexterous mandibles to be able to pull this off of him. But he does swipe you with the side of that hard, rough, bony shell on his forearm, and it knocks you across to your feet, off your feet. And you're sort of behind one of the sofas.
I'm resisting it.
Okay. So you didn't take any damage. You're going to basically you're going to resist being taken off your feet and prone.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a resistance roll, and I'm trying to remember.
So I've got. Yeah, tell me how that works because I can add one using my special armor.
I see what you're saying. Give me 1 second to make sure I'm saying this correctly because this is one that I've messed up in the past, and I can't believe I didn't have this already. Resist. Let's see.
Ooh. Is this an ambush?
I think it is.
Okay, well, I've also got special armor.
Very good.
Resist the complication related to traps or ambushes against you or your coterie when you are present. I believe I'm present.
I think so. So what is that again?
It says resist a complication related to traps or ambushes against you or your coterie when you are present.
So
is complication. So the complication that Lorenzo finds himself in of being pushed back to his feet, being prone.
Okay.
Would it be?
That is a complication. I'll say you can do that, and we'll just call that where you don't have to roll a resistance roll. She has helped resist that. I will ask her a little bit about how she did that. But as I'm looking at resistance roll on page 36, you basically roll 1d for each attribute rating. You reduce or avoid the effects and consequences the DM chooses. Okay? You basically take 6 stress, but your roll will clear stress from that, right? So you're rolling all those dice for your attribute ratings. You roll a 5, you take 1 stress to resist everything. Or if you roll a critical, you actually reduce a stress. So that's how resistance works. I forgot it. Sorry about that. Okay.
So who's actually resisting then?
So she used her special ability because you were taking a complication. So that's fine. But I'd like to see how you do that.
Is that me? You want to see
Yep.
how I...
How do you keep him on his feet?
I'd probably yell out to him that I'm seeing the claw come round.
Very
maybe
good.
Claw swiping around from the left, so I yell out, dodge, claw left, as fast as I can, basically. But
okay,
the minimum information I need to give him, but enough to hopefully let him dodge out of the way of a claw coming round to swipe.
Perfect. Okay, I like it. So you, at the last second, hear her screaming at you, and you're sort of having your sight blocked by this billowing sheet that you threw up over this guy, and then just swinging sort of through that sheet is this big arm, and you duck and move out of the way where he doesn't get you. Very good. Christine, you had an action you were going to take?
No, Christine needs to roll.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Felix, on your roll, you got a 5, right?
Yep.
So that is 3 pieces. Let me do this really quick. And I clicked on the wrong place.
You can't move those clocks from behind the characters.
What?
2 of those clocks are behind characters. I can't see them, but
they're behind down at the bottom, so you can't see the words.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do this. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that one. Not the.
Can you see that one?
No, higher. Higher.
Okay.
Can you go higher? Yeah.
I'm working it.
Higher.
So does that mean that some? Do you have your their names?
Do you have the
minimized down to just names?
No, I don't even have to do that.
So if you go to the cog wheel really quick, the top of your roll 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to audio video.
Yeah.
Go to video display.
Yeah.
On the first drop down menu, go to names only. Does that work for you?
First drop down left. I can't see.
So player video and avatar size. There's a little arrow down, and change it from large, regular, small to names only.
I haven't got that.
Okay. Are you on?
I'm in audio video.
Okay.
I've got either video display.
Okay. What you want to do is there's 2 tabs.
I found it. Yeah. No, it's not a drop down. It is a drop down. Okay, I've got it now. Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect. Then that'll make it a little bit easier. However, I'll just sort of do this just for jollies, and then away we go.
Yeah. So, but doesn't she need to roll her stress away because she's got 6 stress?
No, because she actually just used one of her. She burned her armor.
You can burn her armor instead.
She burned her special armor to resist the effect, right? Or the complication. The complication was you getting knocked down. When you tried to do it last time, there hadn't been a complication yet for you to use your armor on.
Yeah, but I thought that would just give you an extra die or something because you can add.
Nope.
Okay.
It's basically just an automatic resist without having to worry about the stress.
Fine. Okay.
So it is sort of good. All right. And you guys have mostly filled up the distracted with the initial bang behind the creature's head,
So now
glancing thing off the carapace.
So now he's got a sheet over his head, yeah?
Sheet thrown up over his head, and then the shout from Sasha. You've taken it to 3 on his distraction. So I don't know if you want to take that into your calculations on what you're planning to do, Sasha.
Well, I was going to shoot the thing.
Okay, shoot it.
So yeah, I'm going to shoot at the thing. I am using my sharpshooter skill. You push
Wonderful.
yourself to do one of the following: make a trick shot, disarm someone, make a ranged attack at extreme distance, or unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress your target.
Ooh.
So you retain the effect of pushing yourself.
Are you able to do that before you fill the clock up?
Yeah, absolutely, because it is going to fill the clock up.
Okay.
See, that's what's we're knocking out here. Is she is taking this shot. Unlike D&D, where we're just going back and forth taking off points, this is a little more abstracted, but at the same time gives us a chance to have to fight through the creature's natural capabilities before we can actually take it down. And hopefully provide a little bit of danger for you guys in the way. So Sasha, go ahead and choose your particular ability you're rolling.
So I'm going to be rolling skirmish.
Skirmish. Okay. And you're using that skill? In which way?
Yeah. A barrage of shots at it, I think.
To suppress. Got it.
Suppress it, yeah.
Got it. Absolutely.
So is this risky, desperate? What is this?
This is for you on this round. Is going to be risky,
Okay.
and it'll have a standard effect. And if you succeed, the barrage is basically going to make it sort of try and cover, and it's going to waste a turn, and you guys are going to come back around. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. No bonus dice. Let's submit it. Got my 6.
There it is. So you cause in the defense, you take down. Let's see here. 1, 2, there's 3, 4. Nope, 3. Vote 4. That's right, 4. So you've taken down 4 of his defense, and you've caused it to duck and cover from all the shots coming across.
Excellent.
Brilliant. Let's go to. So I think Pietro, you did a sort of supporting thing. So do you want to do an action?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Pietro is going to grab a vase, the side in his room, and he's going to throw it to the side of the beast.
Ah.
knowing that its head is covered, it's operating off of one in here.
Yep.
So he's basically going to make a distraction by throwing a vase to its side.
Very good.
Here's the noise of this.
Absolutely. It's going to lunge that direction, probably.
Yeah. So distract roll.
Absolutely. So what roll are you going to do?
I'm going to do a. This is going to have to be a skirmish roll, probably.
Perfect.
So,
Do you want to burn anything?
No. What's the position?
Position's risky. There's always the chance that on a failure, he pulls off the sheet and grabs you.
Okay. Standard effect.
Yes.
Actually, no. I will burn some stress to get an extra die.
Okay. 2 stress gets you a die. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, that's
wow.
3 ones.
So for those that don't get to see this, is
oh my God.
We got a 1-1-1. So this is as bad a situation as you could imagine. Okay, so let's describe this. I think that the table with the vase is a little bit closer to this creature than you wanted, but you just darted forward to grab the vase. At that point, it sweeps back the sheet off of its head with an arm, throws off its sort of shaken state because of Sasha's shot, and grabs you in a vice-like pincher around the sort of he just gets you right about the torso level, and it is a ridiculously firm grip. You can sort of hear the creaking of your ribs and know that it's a very desperate situation.
So I'm present. So can I use my special armor to help him out?
Yes, you may. What would you like to do?
So it's resist a complication for you or your coterie related to talking your way out of or running from trouble when you are present. Yeah,
I'm ruling against that one. We're not running from him. We're fighting him.
Well, yeah, but he's just about to get squeezed by this thing.
Yes.
And I need to distract him further, and I want to use my special armor to do that. Can I not do that?
No, I think that is specifically like in a chase away. You're evading, you're running, or it's you're talking your way out of things. It's being slick. You're in the midst of combat, so I'll rule that
Can I do a resist roll
then? You'll be able to do a resist roll to damage if it is caused.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And it's not caused yet.
And then I've got my regular armor as well.
Yes, you do. So that regular armor, let's do that, because I was thinking maybe you didn't have regular armor. It's going to give you, as it grabs you, it does give you the little squeeze, which would be a light wound, which is bruised ribs. But you can mark that off your armor if you so choose. If
well, I'm not. I think it's unreasonable to expect that I'm wearing my armor. So
okay.
So I'm not going to say that. So,
but you can resist that.
Okay, but it's going to resist the damage, so I can resist that.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Is Rob chatting to us? Sorry to interrupt.
Rob is chatting on Twitch, and
because I can't see, something's popping up. I can't see what it's coming from.
Well, you're probably getting stuff from Martin, which is coming up on Discord. So we're getting sort of 2 different directions of some extra words. There, I just told him that we're chatting on Twitch. Okay, so let's make that resist roll. So down the front of your character sheet, for your, let me see where you are, blah, 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 Pietro. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5 dice.
Okay. Roll 5 dice.
Surely you'll get a 6.
Hope so.
Well,
4 is the best I can manage.
you take 2 stress, but you do not take the rib crushing. That's good.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm rolling rubbish tonight.
It looks like it. Woo.
Yeesh. Okay, that's it. I think I'm done.
Right. Is it my turn?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to do?
I've got the monkey.
Yes, you do.
And
Monkey goes with you.
Yeah, and basically I'm behind it now because it's gone. It's gone for Pete.
It's gone for what?
It's gone for Pete, hasn't it? It's already in combat, so I'm kind of behind it.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw the monkey onto the soft part of its back.
Nice.
I knew the monkey was going to get thrown sometime.
I love it.
Got to toss that monkey.
Where it can't reach with those big claws. Like if you pick up a crab,
Yes,
it wouldn't
absolutely.
You have to pick it up from the back shell, yeah?
Yep.
So it's articulated in a way that, in my opinion, that it can't actually get to its back. So I'm chucking the monkey in there with the razor blades to start.
Absolutely.
It's like a monkey wearing a little grenade belt as well when he goes.
Not this monkey doesn't know about grenades yet.
Yet.
Yes. Yes, that's all I need. Yes.
But as it's doing it, I'm doing a bit of. It's doing it in a dancey kind of way. It's kind of.
I would say that you guys, you grab the monkey from behind.
It's working its way in between the carapace with a razor blade, basically.
That's the thought. Got it.
And
So
this should be a major distraction.
I think so. So as you grab the monkey, and first off, you sort of scare the monkey when you grab him because he's staring at this monster, and then you chuck him at the monster, and the monkey screams all the way across through the air, and then lands and grabs a hold of the carapace. It's got by one little arm, and then it's swinging in there, and it's going to do this. But what I'd like with that, Felix, is I want to roll.
Yeah, well, but monkey doesn't have skills. I mean, what?
No, you're rolling for throwing that monkey onto his back in such a way that the monkey can provide a distraction.
Right, I'm using wreck.
I love it. You're wrecking with the monkey.
I'm wrecking with the monkey. I'm also going to spend some stress to get an extra roll dice.
Yep. Rob says on chat, "Don't kill this one. Let it go free."
Only we had that option.
So this is risky?
Yeah, it's risky. It's facing the other way. It's going to have limited effect. Little bitty thing falling on it. Could get better. But what I'm going to say is you can change that, of course. You can either spend some stress to change it, or you could go to a desperate position to make it a standard effect.
Okay, so
which also gives you the chance to get experience points.
Yeah, so let's do that. We'll go to a desperate position for a standard effect.
All right. So what will happen is if you fail, it is going to swing around its tail and catch you. And you're seeing now that it's fairly serrated along the edge of that tail. It looks like it would be sharp. It would probably provide a nice cut.
Okay, but I've also got, has it got a notch in its back fin? I'm also going to put it on one extra die for spending the stress, yeah?
Okay, you can do that.
How much stress do I get?
2 stress for a die. So you got your wreck, you got an extra die, and you've modified your roll by becoming desperate so that you can have a standard effect. Hallelujah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So the monkey screams as it goes across, but it lands exactly where you wanted. And you have completely filled up the distract misdirect.
Can I describe this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're not killing it. You're you're absolutely distracting it. So I want to hear about the distraction.
So the monkey basically holds on to one of the lower parts of the carapace, yeah? In between plates on its back. And as it's doing that, its bum is going up and down to the as if it's dancing to music. Yeah, it pulls out its little razor and starts gouging away quite quickly through the sinews in between the plates.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's ripping at. It's trying to go for the spinal cord, or the blood thing that you take out the middle of a prawn. Yeah, it's trying to
Mudbane.
go. It's getting closer to that, but there are bits of flesh flying out all over the place. And as it's doing that, this flaming wing come out of its arse,
As you would expect. As you would expect.
Double six.
Let's see if Bugsy is still
I was
watching
gonna
this.
say,
That one's
and
for you, Bugs.
Rob just burst out into laughter in his hospital bed.
If he's still in hospital, I hope he explains it to all those around him. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Well done. So that's all full. So the next move, which is going to be Sasha, you can tell me what you're trying to do to this creature. We'll make a roll, and you may be doing some serious damage.
Because it's distracted.
You're no longer filling up a clock. You're actually going for damage.
Headshot.
I'm going for a headshot on this thing. So I'm going for a cold shot.
Very good. You
on
do
it.
notice that it's wearing one of those collars. Go ahead. Doesn't
Okay.
really show very well on the
Yeah,
AI generated art.
we
How did we
haven't had much luck getting those collars off, have we, in the past? So
Yeah.
pretty difficult.
Maybe you having one whole would be
Only
interesting.
had a knack with us.
I know. So,
Sorry. Yes. Yep.
okay, this is risky. It's going to have standard effect. Are you wanting to do anything else to make it a better roll for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna push it and use 2 stress to get an extra dice.
Very good. Let us do that. There it is.
Very nice.
Wow.
Very nicely done.
That extra dice came in handy.
Very nicely done. You can describe the demise.
You've got the whole barrel in it.
Basically, she takes aim and she's looking for the eye, that soft little squidgy eye, and she's going to place her shot as carefully as she can, just to basically implode into the brain and take this thing down as fast as possible.
Very good. It takes 2 stumbling steps still across the room towards where Pietro and Sasha are, with Lorenzo behind him with the monkey still going to town. It twitches, goes to its knees, and then falls face forward across. It breaks your coffee table, and sadly, terribly stains your chaise lounge as its head falls across that, spewing.
Hey, that's fine. We're going to be dining on lobster for weeks, so you know.
You say that furniture was very nice.
Now, I will say, last time you did not capture a full body, did you? You blew it to pieces, if I remember right.
Yeah, pretty much
overcooking it.
The whole thing, yeah.
So, sort of interesting that you do have this hole and the collar hole.
And another collar. Getting a collection of these things.
Yep. Whereas the other one's cord going back away from it was has degraded terribly over time to near nothing. This one will be fresh next time that you can get Rob to start playing with it. Or, excuse me, Mocklin.
Yep.
Okay.
Just so you can tempt him to use some more blood magic.
Oh, if only. He's starting to get a little resistant. We'll have to work that.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So you've done that, and Felix, Isabella sort of waves to you as she steps out the door. She did her job. She woke you up, and she's starting to head out. You guys see that Lorenzo is staring out the door.
Is there another one out there?
Lorenzo?
Is there another what? Another lobster?
Yeah, you're looking at the door.
Oh no, she's Isabella's turned up, and
What?
I need to have a word with her regarding something that happened in my past that I can't remember.
Isabella?
Yeah.
Where?
Necessary on a bicycle. She's just out the door. She just turned up.
Oh, okay.
She will.
You guys can see through the door. There is no one there.
Oh right, so she isn't there.
No, she is there for you, Lorenzo.
She's a ghost.
I'm not saying that. You don't know. You still think your friends probably can see her.
Okay, I can see her then. You can't.
Well,
No, they haven't
No.
said. They have said what, and you just described it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking puzzled.
Right.
I'm kind of thinking maybe you can see her from the angle you're standing and I can't. So
And since none of you have ever really seen her, you are a little bit curious, Pietro.
well, invite her in.
So I'll invite her in. She's a ghost.
She cocks her head a little bit at you, Lorenzo, and then she walks in and moves over to you and takes your hand.
But can you see her now?
No.
No.
Okay, so she's obviously a ghost. She's
She looks at you with very sad eyes, Lorenzo. She says, "I'm not a ghost.
you a projection.
Lorenzo, I'm you."
What the hell are you talking about?
Memories. Memories and trauma.
I don't understand. Explain.
For a second, her face sort of wavers and it looks like a little girl. And you get a jog to your memory of the bunkmate of your bunk beds in the horrific child labor that you were in.
So she's an imagination. So you're an imagination.
She gives you a little sad smile again.
Yeah, so so I'm dating an imaginary fucking girlfriend. Not much change.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
No. So so this is an imaginary person then.
She says, "I feel real," and then she sort of disappears. This is the first time she's ever disappeared. She hasn't just sort of managed to slip out a door at the same time as other people that were opening doors, or
Slightly bizarre. It's a bit bizarre though because she's been at dances and
yes,
yeah, and
but none of the others saw her. Remember, she just sat at the back of the boat.
I thought
and then she warned you about something coming underneath. Now that warning is a little bit different because that implies that to some extent you are sensing something, and that's you're putting this together in your head, like, oh my gosh.
Right, so I'm sensing things and then just using her as a
Yeah.
The imagination of her is like, this is like the Sixth Sense type stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Although I'm not dead, she is.
Actually, she may not be the person that you at least imagine.
She's just in my imagination. Okay, fine. Right. Well, so that's all a bit crazy. I'm a bit crazy, so I'm just gonna have to ignore that for a while. I can get some medication.
Okay, you sure that thing didn't hit you in the head?
No, I just need to find some lithium. I'll be fine.
Okay, so the commotion. I mean, the commotion in this place, has it alerted any guards? Or...
Oh yes, guards have come in now. They're house guards and also
Yeah.
a couple of guards from the street.
Okay, so how did this thing get several floors up to our apartment without any of you seeing it?
There are two dead guards outside. They report.
Oh, that is sad. Okay.
And a dead servant on the stair.
We need to make sure their families are looked after.
And we should give them the claw each, maybe.
The claw?
Feed them for a week. Is that your thinking?
Yeah, and then we need to call those urchins in to go and get a couple of pails of butter.
Exactly.
And a couple of buckets of garlic.
No, I think what we'll probably do is maybe donate the body to the university.
Ah, that's good. I like it.
I think when we're going to wait for Markland to get back, I think beforehand, because obviously let him do his voodoo stuff on it. But yeah.
Okay.
It's hard, good. So it's probably not worth eating. Are we going to keep? We're going to keep the necklace anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
I would assume Markland's going to. Yeah.
So, it looks like it's already being boiled.
I know. It came out red, didn't it? So, yeah, my Shutterstock AI did that. And it was sort of nice, but it definitely made it red and definitely didn't get the collar, but that's okay.
I was amazed that with the 10-pack that it's got.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty impressive.
It's a very buff lobster.
it's about as buff a lobster as you can get. Okay, so you guys sort of have a plan for this. Do you want the servants and guards and I'll just sort of carry this thing at least out of your chambers, maybe to the...
I think we'll have them carry it into Markland's bedroom and put it on
Perfect.
the bed.
I think he will love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it in his bed then, and then dress it up.
Yeah, put it in his bed. Yeah. Oozing
lobster ichor all over
his pillows.
Yeah.
Oh, you know you have friends. You know you have friends.
Hey, look at this nice gift we got you.
And
I'm just going to nip down and get a pat of butter from the fridge downstairs and pop that on top of it as well for him.
Yeah.
You just can't help those abs. I get it.
And a small pair of nutcrackers.
There, exactly. Oh, in chat, Rob has said, put a wig on it.
Yeah, I mean, if he disappears in there and he doesn't come out for a while, I'd be very worried.
Very, very good. Okay, so you've knocked that out, and we have also sort of lanced a mystery that has been sort of nagging at Lorenzo for a while at the edge of all of these things, to the point where he's almost been irritated. He's like, why is this such an enigmatic female and so strange? I don't understand what's going on. And now suddenly things are starting to come together. This is a specter of his childhood trauma telling him in a sort of guilty way that he needs to solve something. She keeps saying that to him, as well as warning him.
But you see, if he
so I'm gonna start.
Goes away, he then loses the warnings.
So I'm going to concentrate very hard on what the mistress was like in the in that place, and see if she would resemble anyone that we've met so far.
Oh,
And I'm wondering if she may resemble the moon person or someone else that we've come across.
when you say the mistress, you're talking like the headmistress of the orphanage
Yeah.
come workshop.
Yeah, whoever was in charge and causing me a load of grief.
So, in your child's eye, she looks quite elderly. In your grown-up eye, you realize that at the time she was probably mid to late 30s, and now would be into her 50s plus, and is probably aged beyond what you have seen of Mistress Moon de Lavelle. So that's probably not the same person. Um, you're not sure if she still works at the same place or if those children are still being used that way. Perhaps your choice to run away from that establishment and never come back um, is part of that guilt that's driving you to try and go back and rectify because you always felt like you wanted to fix it for all the other kids.
Right. So I'm going to have to do that then. That's on disc.
So this, for anyone that's watching, this is in no way, shape, or form anything to do with how true mental illness works or or how you would solve it. This is purely for story play, and the catharsis that he might get from solving this problem uh, is not something that would necessarily cure anyone that actually has real problems. So we understand that. So what do you guys want to do with the rest of this evening slash session? There are numerous things you may do. I don't mind if you do some things that are downtime ish. You do have um, others to see. You do have some role playing you can do, and you know there are several things you're working. You do have the stack of papers over on the table that Monty had been working through. There's the one there that you know is really just needs a good historian to take a look at. It's not coded. I'm just trying to throw out some things that are possibilities you guys could knock out while the others are away. Go ahead.
One thing I'd like to do for the party is order a dress made that would look like whatever Moon wears that would fit my monkey.
Oh my word!
Didn't we get in this trouble with the pig? Come on.
No, but we're going to be using this. I was thinking about using this to out her.
You know, taunt her
Moon,
by getting her very.
Moon de Lavelle.
You won't get in trouble for it because I think she's going to get in enough trouble herself anyway.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'd like to try and find out about all these knacks that Moon de Lavelle is hiring.
Very good. So there is a person you could talk to up front in your own house
Grandpa.
that yeah, that sort of sees to the hiring and firing and money matters and might be able to give you a lead on who that would be elsewhere. Um, this is just another one of the many underlings in the house who's sort of one of their accountant types. The same guy who cuts the checks for all of your various things that you do. The behind the scenes guy that has to count all the beans that you guys spill wherever you go. And let's see here. That I was just that is an option of other options. There are plenty of options.
The other thing I was thinking about inviting to this party was all the spies that she's got.
So they're not her spies that you know the names of. The spies that you now know the names of are the ones that Victoria is running in other houses.
Yeah. So ideally, we've still got to decode Moon de Lavelle's notes to find out who her spies are.
Let's focus on that then.
Yeah, let's go for that.
So one more time. What's your effort you're heading into?
Decoding the notes, Moon de Lavelle's notes.
Okay. So decoding more notes. Now, do you want to work on the one that is probably the easiest, which is the historical document?
Yes, because that might give us a clue as to techniques she uses that might help to decode other paperwork that she has. So yeah,
Decipher.
So there,
Well, the
you
historical
probably
document is not encoded, is it? It's just
No.
in
no.
old language.
yes,
So for
And if
that
you
one,
ch-
we can probably head to the university and
absolutely.
talk to someone who's an expert.
Okay.
Yeah, but we might be able to use it like a kind of Rosetta Stone to access other. Is what I'm thinking. If it gave us clues to the way she documents things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, she didn't write this.
No.
This old historical note this is the to
Has
do
some
with Mockland's family's
Oh,
claim.
okay.
So it's an old document that she had in her collection. She didn't write it.
She didn't write it. Okay, no, fair enough.
It could still have a cipher in it or something, couldn't it? It still could be a code.
Well, she may well have made notes and stuff within her paperwork about this document, and once we've deciphered the document, then that would link us into, again, as I say, kind of like a Rosetta Stone, link us into what she does with her coding and her
Possible.
messages.
I mean, if she had a
If
translated
we can
version
find
of it.
if we can find something within her notes that seems to reference back to this historical document, it might. Once we decoded the document.
I mean, unless she's an expert in ancient languages, she probably had it translated as well, so she might have a translation.
Okay.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
So do you guys want to focus on just making some rolls for going for some going for decoding? Or are you guys going to take stuff across for translation at the university?
I think, do we not?
I think you basically can ask certain things, or I can give you stuff because you
on the coterie we have a private library.
Yes, you do.
Biographies of noble families, local and world histories, arcane compendia, bestiaries, civic plans, and other needful volumes. Gathering information on the subject of an errand in the private library grants +1D on a related engagement roll.
Okay. So I like that. So you're going to gather this information. And with such, the next time you make an engagement roll that has to do with this, remember that you're going to have an extra die. What I'd like to do though to make it a little more, well, I don't see an actual roll here. I think it's more about time. So let's get into a situation where you guys remember last time we tried to start the game as you're all around a table in the library, and we kept getting distracted by all the other cool things that we needed to do. I think this time we do have the three of you at the library. Next day, what, mid-morning-ish now that you've had to deal with your place getting cleaned up and all the other mess. And probably by the time everything was taken care of, coffee was being poured and you didn't get much extra sleep, which is why you're all yawning just like I am. And you were over in the main house in the sumptuous library that's got bookshelves all the way around, you know, just like you would expect, the little ladders that that roll across on rollers so that you can go to the higher levels of the different bookshelves. There's some reading nooks that have been built in that are overstuffed nice with the dark leather, and as well as tables all down the middle, flat ones and ones with the angled tops where you can lean books against them. And you are looking through historical books. And what I'm going to do is ask for a gather information roll. So basically, you're making a roll, study, something like that. You can't fail. This is just telling me how much information you're getting. If you get a 6, I will reveal a chunk of data. Below that, I can give you some outlines or some hints. So think about that as you decide if it's worth pushing, or I mean, you're working together, and the library itself gives you a die. So there's 2 die right there, and then tell me who's doing the roll as far as a study or something similar.
Who's got any? I've got no points in study.
I've got 1 point in the study.
Lorenzo?
I haven't got anything in study. The only thing I've got undermined is hunt and 1 tinker, but so.
Okay. I think it'd be hard to stretch this to a tinker unless you can make some really cool justifications. But if so, then we already are at 3 die
You can
without
hunt.
any stress.
You can hunt for carefully track a target, but that's not really. Does the target have to be a physical being, or if it's in the mind?
You can always make arguments. I think that right now, I think Sasha would have 3 die before any stress is burned. So it's up to her if she would like to mess around with a 3 die roll, or would like to burn some stress for a 4 die roll, or maybe you guys argue for a different type of roll. Your call as you're pouring.
No stress.
Ma'am?
Definitely not burning any stress.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Hang on. What about?
I need to get 2 more stress because I'm going to do a downtime activity, and I'm only at 4.
Okay. Go ahead, Pietro.
But
I was thinking. What I could do is, if I can track down an expert and persuade them to help us translate the document with a sway roll.
Absolutely. So better than that, the house has a couple of historian type things on retainer. So what I'll say is we'll just bring one of those guys in, give you guys an extra die as though you're using fine tools. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 4 dice then. Yeah.
Or you can give it to Felix and he can take 3 dice and go to 4 with a stress.
No, I'm happy to keep off it.
Okay.
Okay. Sasha, 4 dice. Do you want to give us your best shot?
You want to ask the lady who doesn't roll one. So this is this is controlled, or
yeah, this is controlled, and it'll have great effect if you are successful.
Great effect if I'm okay. And I've got, did you say 3 extra dice?
So yeah, for a total of 4.
3 extra dice. I'd have dragged one for ages. No, it's crappy.
Oh my word. Okay.
4's a mild success.
4 is a success.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is the historian comes in, and you're sitting there looking over it, and he's using some fine brushes to try and sort of reveal some of the areas that aren't quite as easy to see. Let me see if I put this where I wanted. And of course, I am not finding the one thing I wanted to show you. Okay, what is that? That is. Okay. Instead, it is sitting elsewhere. I will instead read it to you instead of showing it to you, but I will put it into your guys' information. But the problem is, in his efforts, he manages to crack the paper, and it is now in 2 pieces and threatens to go worse. But I will tell you what it says as soon as I pull it up. Here we go. Can't believe I didn't make this correctly. It's a letter. In fact, you know what? If you give me 2 seconds, I would like to do. I would like to do this so I can show it to you because I think it's worth seeing. Let me go up 1, up. 1 1 second. If you guys will put up, actually, if you guys want to grab a quick drink or something like that, I will have this up as soon as you walk back.
Okay.
Sound good? Okay, we're going on a short break. How did I screw that up? Give me just 2 more seconds, guys. That's crazy. Close to there, kids. I would have been completely done, but I somehow, in the middle of doing it rapidly, changed the size of the font and exported across a absolutely ridiculous thing that makes me grumpy. I'm not. I'm not quite on there. I'm doing a separate thing. Be right there. Let's go here. Actually, let's go to here, handout, choose file. They're on Twitch. GM of Wonders. So hopefully this will see. Yeah, there's if you're streaming the actual game, it'll show that. Let's see this. Okay, so I will get ready with this. And what I'll do is I'll go. This will be important. This can all happen at once. That'll be really fun. Come here. I like some of the new interface for Roll20. Some of it's really irritating as far as where some of their scroll bars are. It's really frustrating to move where the characters can see or not. And moving them from one map to another is not as easy as it should be. Maybe there's a way to do it in here. Nope, don't screw around with that. Just 'cause I'm in a hurry, I could easily screw things up, and that would be bad. Here, oh, there's a way to do that. No, there's not a way to do that. That would be way too easy. Some of this is just flat out ability to move little pieces around on the board. Okay, put that there. Then I go X here. Then I go, where's this? Okay. You should see on Roll20 sort of the houses and the map and all that. And so I'll bring you back in here just a couple of seconds. All right. All right. All right, we're back. And I need to move this just slightly so you guys can see this a bit better. So you have just found out the results of the vote for this season. One of the servants is telling you this as the note becomes legible. Do you see a note on your screen? You may now read that. In fact, Pietro, why don't you read that out loud for those that are watching? So that still didn't come out as pretty. Messed up the font as I was doing it back and forth in a hurry. I'll clean that up. But as you look at the new set of where the houses stand, you might find that really interesting. I'll let you absorb that. I'm going back in. Yep, I screwed it up. A second. Hey guys, big deep breath here. I screwed this up coming back in, and I've not taken you off mute. Thank heavens that Rob was there to save me. You're now off. We are now off mute. Everyone that was watching, I have some now video editing to do. So let's really quickly pop back and show the note that our folks were able to decipher during the off time. Would you like to read that again for us, Pete, or would you like to try it this time, Sasha?
No, I'll let Pete do it again. He's got such a lovely reading voice.
Yeah, okay. That's why.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, it says, letter of record. To all here gathered in the fraternity of rebellion and blood, be it forever known that without our Garnetine friends we would still be imperial slaves. We, the people of Illyrian, owe a debt of gratitude we can never pay. Therefore, by the combined authority of the House Council of the Esultari, High Council, we proclaim the first day of each new year as Garnetine Day, forever a holiday of remembrance and mutual respect. Further, all of the Isles of Rose, Gilt, and Lady's Own will provide just tribute and will be under the care of the House of Garnets. Lord Mirando del Orban Corvetto.
Sealed with the seal of the Esultari, high houses.
So the Rose District is consists of the theatre and the silk, which are under the control of House Lavelle. The Gilt is the Plaza and the Market, which are Corvetto and Elanda, respectively. And the Lady's Own is the Temple,
which is also House Lavelle.
So they stand to lose big time.
And if you look at the new arrangement of houses for the winter social season, Almare has stayed at the bottom, Battaglia has moved down one, House Bastion has moved up one.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't noticed.
House Lavelle has moved up one and is almost tied and ready to move to be the most prominent house, able to wield the military almost at their will, and things such as that, which would be wonderful for your house.
Oh, yeah. So we've taken over.
You have gathered the arbor.
The arbor?
And you can look that up and see what that means. And you basically got that one from Battaglia. Yeah. Elanda lost a couple of pieces to Lavelle. So I'm sure they're itching.
Okay, so this document would be of great interest to House Corvetto. Because although they would effectively lose the income of one of their areas of interest, it would absolutely cut the knees out from under Lavelle.
Yes,
I thought we'd taken the docks. That's a bit weird.
No, we didn't have. No, we never had the docks.
Oh.
No.
Yes, because basically it would take away the income of half of their influences.
Yes. What an interesting development.
It is.
I wonder if the high houses would all vote that that was a good thing, or wouldn't. or would just
Well,
take the paper at face value,
I don't
or if
think.
maybe that particular piece of paper is highly sought after now.
Yeah. We might want to gain some supporting documentation. So perhaps some historical documents detailing this. So this first day of the year, is that still celebrated?
No, it is not.
Yeah, there we go. So we might want to have a look, see if we can find any historical documents to support that.
There may be some. Since the Garnetine Island slipped beneath the waves, and there are just a few refugees here and there, I think a lot of that tradition and things have gone away, and you're still looking at years and years and years ago, when honestly the Garnetine folks did not much care about the city here.
Yeah.
They may have well let some of this lapse and not really cared about it. And over time, seasons turn and all that stuff.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a question of relevance today. Who would be the recipient of all this wealth?
Yes.
Put the lawyers on it.
Well, there's only one member of the House Garnetine left, I believe.
Well, there's older brother.
Older brother.
Oh, he has an older brother, does he?
Yeah. Who's the current ruler?
Yes.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, we'll have to pick at Rob a little bit and see some details about that personage. He is married. He does have a child. I think it's a fairly modest life that he has, because they are refugees in the city. He does have access to the guild just because of his royal standing, and is feted and treated nicely, even though it's king in exile type of thing. But how will that play? And I wonder if he's at risk.
Well, that's another point. Yes, he might well be. I mean, we obviously know that Moon de Lavelle has been trying to bring down Mocklin. So
interesting conundrums.
Yes.
So you've given a chunk of information, a big chunk to swallow. You've had a bit of violence that you've dealt with aplomb, which has also given you some more possible clues and what things to follow. What else would you guys like to do during this period?
I think we should get Mocklin's brother some protection. At least let him know that his life might be in danger.
So you guys have the seal. You can do a lot with that. Actually, as you were in the room going through these papers and the guys apologize and backs away, you got the two pieces of the document and are very carefully protecting them. You see one of the folks. Actually, you see that account walking through. Sino Benedetti. He nods to you. He gives his little smile. He goes, still spending lots of money. I see you hired a knack. What's that about?
Wait, did we hire a knack?
We've got on that.
For the investigation.
Did we? Sorry, I'm out of character.
No. Out of character, no.
No. I wonder who. I wonder if they're nosy detective.
Hesperides?
Hesperides, yeah.
Maybe he's using some of your influence too.
Maybe we're being infiltrated.
Well, actually, you can ask him a little bit about that. I mean, he's got information.
I think we might go and talk to Hesperides.
Who's the knack?
That's
The knack is suspect.
the name here. Let's see. He's scrolling through. It doesn't have the name. Wait. Yes, it does. It's Spinello Accioli. I'll post this in here, and I'll let you guys pronounce it. That way, it'll be. So this is the. That guy is the
He's the accountant.
accountant, and this here is the hired knack. You've not heard of him. And if anyone can pronounce that last name, that's awesome. I don't know what two C's does in Italian.
Normally a ch sound.
Ch.
Accioli.
So
Accioli.
Spinello Accioli.
Accioli. That's good enough.
Accioli. Like that.
Over in the chat, we see Bugsy going, "No, my future."
His inheritance broken in half. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should go and talk to
Hesperides?
Hesperides. Yeah,
Okay.
let's go and talk to him, find out what's going on.
Well, he is usually found over at the area by the Grand Gate. There's a one of the watch places there. One of the constabularies is where he hangs out most of the time because he's got a room there. But he is a free floater, flew out throughout the city, solving those crimes that no other watchman seems to be able to. Got a very keen eye. He's made some enemies, but he's been fairly careful politically. But he always seems to come through, and he is very fond of a theatric showing of who is the reveal, the theatric Agatha Christie type reveal.
Yes.
That is one of his foibles, especially when he's dealing with his betters. So you guys troop across town?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it's a pleasant walk. Mid afternoon, you arrive, and Hesperides is out. They let you know, but he was last seen heading towards the plaza. Want to head that direction?
Yeah, let's head that.
Yep.
The plaza itself is a big plaza. It's the market's off to one side. There are shops around the plaza. There's a fountain or two, as well as some ornate gardens across the middle. And there's a coffee shop just off of this plaza that you see the sun is just catching. So sitting in the sun is Hesperides sipping a coffee, hand on his rapier, and his eyes are carefully watching those passing and lock on you guys as you walk towards him. He stands as you arrive at his table and bows politely and makes a sweeping motion to the empty 3 chairs at this four-seater table.
Well, we need to be aware, obviously, that we might be overheard. So,
Yes.
be too loose with our conversation.
Coffees.
Yes, thank you.
He raises his hand slightly for the waiter, who rushes across, takes your order, and not too long later, each of you has the coffee of your choice. In this late afternoon time, that's perfectly fine because you'll be up late.
Hesperides, How goes the investigation?
Ah, it is one with many twists and turns, I think. I should ask you the same since you're in charge of it. Have you found anything?
Well, we have two pieces of information that could be of use to you.
Hmm. Yes.
So, the man who I won't name him in this public place, but the man that we suspect committed the murder,
Mm-hmm.
we believe also murdered a courtesan,
Really?
Constantina, one of those under the Senora of Roses.
He pulls out a small notebook and jots some notes carefully in it with his small piece of charcoal that he holds between his fingers. He says,
This would have been 6, 7 nights ago now.
"Is this the Constantina who may or may not have been involved with our family, your family?"
It is, although the involvement was obviously not murder. We believe that she was probably murdered to try and implicate the family.
That is interesting. How did you come upon this information? This could greatly help me.
So this was we were discussing the matter, the Senora of Roses herself.
Ah, your investigation has led there.
Yes, and then through the agency of our talented Mocklin,
Ah,
he managed to view the murder.
very interesting. And from this view of the murder, did he get a description of the murderer that we could go with?
Ah,
Was it this hunchback thing? And
may I
you
borrow
can
your
tell.
borrow your notebook.
Okay, he hands it to you
I'm going to write.
carefully.
I'm going to write on it. Um, uh, Cosimo.
Cosimo
Rossi.
Rossi. Ah, yes. Not
Um,
Bendo Deleze. That's the guy you shot.
yeah, yeah. Cosimo Rossi.
He looks at that and says, "The missing actor.
Yes.
This guy's good at what he does, but he's not the best actor."
We believe that the acting is merely a cover.
No, that was actually my description of
Oh, I see. Yeah,
of his parodies. In that you think he already knows this.
yeah, I think he probably does. But what we're doing is
Yes.
we're showing our bona fide. We're basically
Yes. I love
we're
it.
on the same
I love it.
page.
So back
We're
into
not
the role
trying
play.
to impede his investigation.
Ah, yes.
Yes. The name might not be familiar to you, but we believe he might well be an Altari Death Maestro.
That is very interesting.
And if we were to look who has hired him, then I think that Lune de Lavelle
Follow the money.
is the hand behind it.
Ah, yes, your feudings with her ladyship are well documented. I will definitely try and follow the money. That is good advice. You are definitely great detectives in your own right. I applaud your efforts. He says,
Well,
did you know this Cosimo at all before this evening?
I
Before
did.
I'm Sorry?
I did. Yes. Yes. I mean, as you know, I'm a patron of the arts,
Ah,
and I've been to see his plays and met him at some parties, I believe.
very
Um,
good.
as I had met the rest of the cast,
Mm.
including, interestingly, the Hunchback from his latest play, who plays the villain.
Did this actor come Hunchback express anything against our house or?
Not against the house. He was pretty upset with uh, Cosimo Rossi, feeling that he had the better part, and but then that's not uncommon amongst actors. But no, he never said anything about against the house.
Very, very good.
I do have a suspicion. I mean, perhaps this Cosimo Rossi was trying to throw blame onto the other actor.
Ah. Hmm.
I can't remember his name.
I Yes, we'll
It was,
wave that aside because I can't remember
yeah, yeah,
either top of my head. But
yeah.
he says that's interesting. You should throw that play that seems fairly petty for a maestro of death.
Not if it was. Not if he was trying to
I still am
cover. Don't know.
struggling with not with the motive, but with the actual execution, the entrance and exit. I understand he's this mystical assassin now that you've told me is a possibility, but the in and out, I this seems to stump me the most, and has caused me to focus my efforts upon this amongst the various servants and the physical evidences of the evening, and maybe it would be worth my while to lean upon your knack friend, Mr. I mean, Lord. Could he perhaps do a quick look back in time to the point right before the entry to the window or perhaps the door?
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, I understand you have engaged your own knack for the investigation. Is that not the case?
He's genuinely his. You've surprised him. He doesn't show it a lot, but he goes, ha ha ha, ah, much better detectives than I would have thought. Yes, perhaps I have looked down that same avenue and would like a studied second opinion.
Hmm?
Because
Well,
the vision itself was troubling.
How so?
There's some disguises involved, but there's more than one person involved.
More than one.
Some that waited outside the door during this period. And my theory now is he was helped into and out of the house and did not go through the window as was expected earlier. But I will have to keep working that way.
did not come in through the window or did not go out of the window? Both.
Both. Now that I've had the help of this knack to post look, to look into the near past, um, I am convinced that this was not a single person in and out. But, there were servants that were helping. There were servants that were bringing people in and out. Um, I think I'm fairly sure I know the rough time of entry and exit.
So my understanding from talking to the servants was that Victoria had actually asked for this actor to be brought to her chamber.
Ah, yes. That is another interesting area. Who did she ask?
It's a good question.
I will look into that.
And the question also of why, if she knew that he was Death Maestro, perhaps she wished to engage him.
The maneuverings of the house are such. My
know.
concern is, if it's not part of motive, is mostly with the murder itself and apprehending those responsible.
I am one part confused on this. You know full well that she asked me to get this actor to come.
Oh,
I said I
yes.
would ask Pietro. Pietro was otherwise engaged that evening when I asked him, so he wasn't able to do more than.
Oh, yes, yes. You
notify
bring that
the
back to my. You bring that back
But
to my
that
memory.
had been brought up, so it should
Yes.
be in your notes.
Ah, yes.
Your
Yes.
notes are not as
You must
complete as they
forgive
should
me.
be.
You must forgive me. He flips back through, and does sort of plays the fool a little. Ah, yes, yes. It is so unfortunate that Lord Pietro was unable to follow up with this, and perhaps things would have been better if he had been there to maybe make this not have happened.
It would have been much better if he'd been able to be there to make it not happen, but sadly, that's not. We find ourselves where we are now.
Yes.
Not a nice place to be in. So,
although had I been involved, then surely my role would have ended at the door to the ladies' chambers.
That is interesting too.
I possibly wouldn't have been able to help, even if I was there.
He cocks his head at that. He does not take a note or anything so obvious, but he says, I'm afraid I have a further engagement, if I may depart, my lords. He stands, ladies, and gives you a curt bow.
Thank you for your time.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for your time, and I wish you best luck.
Oh, many thanks. We thank you, and he says it sincerely. The watch appreciates what you have done for them financially, the uniforms, the many things. We do appreciate that. And with that, he makes his exit. Go ahead.
Significant role that the watch plays in the continued good order of this city.
But he nods down to you again, and then steps away from the table. He has left some coins on the table to cover his coffee and yours.
Oh, well, that's not necessary of him, but
no. And he departs. He knows it's symbolic.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
The little dance around the table there, the dance of the conversation.
Yes, very, very cool.
Dropping, I thought I might drop in a little hint there, just in case he did think that it was me.
That's
already suspects, and just to sort of, say, even if I was there, probably wasn't involved in the same way.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. That was fun. He was
fun.
trying to play all the angles, trying to get any extra info from you, because you're correct in thinking that there's some suspicion there.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
he's
he thinks that.
working. He's working through it to the best of his abilities, especially with the abilities you've given him. With
Yeah,
the coffers have been opened a bit.
yeah. So we know
Um,
that. So we know that he knows, but now he knows that we know that he knows.
yes,
Um,
yes, which
and
makes it very interesting. And what does he? What is he going to do with that? And then, is this a? Is this something that you can? Rob just wrote too many no's. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how you guys play that off as a another bit there as he continues to. Who knows? He may be the guy that gets a good lead on where this, the actor Rossi, where he's
yeah,
at. I mean,
yeah,
but
yeah.
very, very good. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? And what I'm thinking we'll do is we'll probably kill it off around 9 since we don't have everybody else, but we've still done a decent amount. Um, unless we continue further with something you guys would like to do, I'm perfectly fine. Um, thoughts, Lorenzo?
I'm happy to clear it off at 9 because I've got a few things, other things I could be doing.
Okay. Would you like to perhaps do a reconnoiter of the old orphanage? I've noticed that we've offered this over and over and over, and I think it's in absolute role playing that you have avoided going back there.
Um,
It's almost like
no,
it's hard to face that place.
no, I'm happy to go there now.
Okay.
So I'll trace my steps back to the orphanage to see if it jolts my memory.
So as you go down there, do you take Pietro and Sasha with
Yep.
you? Okay. You recognize this area immediately, Pietro and Sasha. This is where you fought the original Crabman, Lobster
Ah,
Man.
okay. Yeah.
It's that same block with the coffee shop and the knocked down building that has the rubble there, and then past it, I mentioned that there was an orphanage. So down that road, along the side of that canal, um, in the groan and the twist, um, you come across what is essentially what was a warehouse that's fairly derelict, but you can see through the grubby windows that there's activity inside. There's a big front door. You can see that at one point there was um, a very large cargo door that they would have opened to carry things out, possibly the canal, but that's long been nailed up and things just to sort of make it into a wall. Um,
Is it still running as an orphanage?
you're not sure.
Knock on the door.
Okay. There's a slight pause, and the door opens, and you're immediately confirmed because the opener of the door is probably about a 13-year-old little boy.
Okay.
He's looks a bit on the hungry side of between malnutrition and fat. He would be on the hungry side. He opens the door and says, "May I help you, sirs?"
So I'm going to slip him a bar of chocolate and then say I need to speak to whoever's in charge.
He tries to do some sort of bow. He secrets the chocolate away into his clothing. Very rough knit, utilitarian stuff, ill
Yeah.
fitting. Do you wait at the door?
Yep. For the
Okay.
moment.
A few minutes later, a very severe looking lady in her 50s walks up. But I'd like right now, and so in D&D, there's an easy way to make this roll. Um, but for us, this is going to be a spirit roll. And this is strictly to avoid a severe shock. So I want you to look at your spirit This is as close to saving throws as that comes in this game.
I was going to say, it's a sanity check. It's a SAN roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you have to bear with me. I've just been logged out. Hold on.
No problem. I can actually maybe look for you really quick, Lorenzo. Boom. You've got 1 in spirit, but behind her is who you know as Isabella Labella, making a face like at the lady. I'll give you 2 die. Your own brain is trying to help you out with dealing with this problem.
So I'm going to use consoles. I've got 2.
No. It's a spirit roll. So basically, it doesn't say it on there, but it's actually it might. So you're rolling spirit with an extra die.
Okay, so I'm going to need to find 2D.
Yeah, it's 2d6. So if you click on the word spirit itself, it'll ask you for a bonus dice and then submit. And notice that it doesn't ask you for anything else. All right, let's go see what he did. Look, so you got a 4. Okay, so you do not immediately just go running off or something weird. However, your Isabella persists very strongly in your mind right now, to where some of your original doubts about her being real sort of get pushed to the back of your brain in that little corner where you know she's not. And you just see that she's there in the place, and it's a little bit surprising.
Right.
He says, how can I help you?
I'm going to show her the seal that we've got.
What's this?
We have a seal. So we were given a seal to give us free range.
Like eggs? I don't understand. What?
Your own character. This is a seal that gives me authority to inspect these premises to see if they're up to the standards that are required by the house.
I think not.
I think so.
She goes to shut the door.
Blocking it.
Ooh. Okay.
Who's really in charge here?
I am. I run an orphanage.
Well, we're here to inspect it.
Fine.
Show me the books. Show me the books.
Fine. And she backs away, lets you guys enter. There's a short hallway that's been sort of artificially made on the edge of this open warehouse. And then there are some doors to the left side that go out into the warehouse. And one of them sort of opens into a little office space that she sort of made for herself. And she's got a couple of books, and she sets them out on the desk and sort of crosses her arms.
Right.
Does anyone else move elsewhere while Lorenzo's sort of looking through her books?
Yeah, I'll take a look around.
Okay.
She's otherwise busy.
So she is very much watching Lorenzo. Pietro can be a little sneaky when he wants to be. And sort of steps back from the crowd. I think probably Sasha would see he's doing this and sort of step in the way of her view. And you can saunter down the hall. We're going to follow Pietro for just a second, if you don't mind, Lorenzo. Down the hall, you can see that through the next open door, there's an area of bunk beds, and then there's a bit of a workshop. It looks like they've worked on some leather and stuff like that. And that you can smell the raw leather as well. It's a pretty foul working environment. A lot of the children scurry when you sort of are in that area. They don't look well maintained in any way, shape, or form. Whether they've bathed any time in the last year is doubtful. Their clothes are hanging off them, and some of them show some signs of obvious neglect, but definitely some abuse. There is a further door and from it comes a sort of a weird smell.
Okay. Pietro's going to go over and open the door. Pietro's very good at making himself look like, he belongs.
Yeah, he does, even in his
And
nice
basically,
clothes.
he's just,
Just the disarming smile.
Yeah.
As you peek in, the whole back room is set up like a laboratory, and you bet that they are refining belladonna, and they're using the children to do so. And the ones that get poisoned up enough just go in the canal.
Okay. Right.
And with that, we're at 9:00,
Oh.
and we'll stop.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, we did several cool things tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and next time we come back, hopefully we'll have a full complement of folks. There's a lot to tell them. I mean, you guys found out a decent chunk. You dealt with Hesperides. I mean, there's a decent chunk to pass down to your buddies. I think Rob saw a decent part of it, but I don't think he saw the full extent thereof. So anyway,
Hey, Rob.
bye. Oh, Rob's jumping on. Hey, I could if you give me 2 seconds, Bugs. I will do this.
Just, if you finish the stream.
Oh, okay, I'll finish the stream, and thank you for saying hi from your hospital bed. All right, everybody. Good